Everybody, we are live here in the Urban Purpose office, and so I've got two people behind me awkwardly here. That is Jim and Taylor McCall. You're going to hear from both of them in just a second. So yesterday, if you're paying attention to our content we put out, we talked a little bit about Urban Purpose's partnership with Common Thread, which has been something that's developed over the last few years and has been a pretty awesome thing. Kind of random story. I think it started... I might have told you all this before. I think it started with Jim coming back from a mission trip from South Africa and wanting to find some good coffee. And we wound up over at Seeds, met some folks through Common Thread there, and it's taken off since then. So we've got Taylor here with us. I'm going to spin this around so it's not this awkward selfie kind of pose here, and then flip the camera here. So it's just Taylor standing right there in front of the camera. I know he loves this. Taylor with McCall with Common Thread. So Taylor, for people, a lot of these is obviously people watching or follow Urban Purpose on social media, so might not be as familiar with Common Thread. So can you just real quick, I know you wrote a little bit about Common Thread that we put out yesterday, but still if people didn't see that, kind of tell them who is Common Thread when we use that word phrase in our stuff.
Well, just in the name in general, it's kind of a word picture of something that links a group of people together. So obviously Common Thread is that idea. It's not a word that we created, but I think one way that I would describe our work and our community is could be summed up in the idea of urban missions or urban missionaries. And for us, the model that Jesus taught us was very incarnational, meaning you go and you reside where you're doing the work. So several years ago, probably 7 years ago, my wife and I began to pray and ask the Lord where He wanted us to go and to live. And we really wanted to walk with the poor. We wanted to feel what the poor felt. We wanted to experience the oppression on some level, even though we knew it wouldn't be the same, but on some level that our brothers and sisters who are oppressed, who are outcasts, felt. And so we did that. We moved, and several other families over time have moved with us, and we've kind of devoted our life to that idea of urban missions. Common Thread has expanded. Now we do work globally as well. So it's really the idea of seeing the kingdom of Jesus, which exists in more than just a message. The kingdom of Jesus of hope for the hopeless, families for the lonely, for the orphan, healthy options for those who don't have options. To find that in organic life, like in people that are living where they live, so they can actually come to our homes and drink coffee with us where we drink coffee, and have dinner meals at our table at night. And so, that's kind of a quick summary of what we've devoted ourselves to.
So talk just real briefly about just partnership that we've developed over the years with you guys, and I guess I can, I'm assuming you'd say that's been a good thing. So talk a little bit about that and how we're able to work well together.
Well, it has been a good thing. I think the reason I knew it was going to be a good thing is because of the way that we all butted heads in the beginning. That meant that we were up to something good, because we were challenging each other and we were pushing against the norms. So Common Thread is made up of a network of all kind of different works. We have works that are devoted to empowering coffee farmers overseas and creating a fair and ethical trade model. We have works that are devoted to single mothers who have nowhere to go and are looking for an option other than abortion. And we have works that are creating space for the poor to experience life like we do, to have parties or to have shared meals or to watch a ball game or whatever. And so in that last one that I talked about, or really the last two, we found incredible partnership with Mark and Jim and Rachel, because that's really the torch that they carry, to see empowerment come to the poor, to see dignity, to see value. And really what we did is we said, hey guys, would y'all kind of carry this torch with us in our community? We need an outlet. We need leaders to say, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going. Things like counseling, things like therapy, things like medical assistance, things like jobs programs, all of those things we've partnered in trying to create kingdom options, healthy options, good news for the poor. And I guess we're now about 2.5, 3 years into it, and it's been pretty fun so far.
Yeah. I'm going to spin this over to Jim. What's up, buddy? So what would you say for Urban Purpose, like how has our partnership with Common Thread been a good thing for us and helped us kind of move us forward, push us, and grow us?
Well, it's I think one of the biggest things is we've learned from Common Thread. So it's real easy to come into a partnership and kind of say, I'm really good at this and that, and you're good at these things, and bring these things together. But I think when we approach things from a heart of that we don't have everything figured out, that there's an opportunity to see how other people do things differently from us. And I'm not going to say it's not challenging to come to terms with that, but that process of just learning and watching how most people in the community, that's Common Thread, by the way, community, that's what we call them, or that's what they call themselves. So it's an opportunity to learn from people and take what we learn from them and infuse that into what we do and what we do together. But it's that's been one of the biggest strengths, I think. There's been some definite, I think, and wouldn't you agree, running back and forth?
Yeah, for sure.
And so when it's approached in that manner, it does make it easier to deal with, Taylor mentioned about the butting of heads, and Taylor's fairly strong-willed, I'm fairly strong-willed, and you are even on some points fairly strong-willed. And so that can be toxic sometimes. So I think if we're learning from each other and willing to just try things differently, and sometimes it means going against what I believe in my mind and my heart, and then I eventually get to this place where I find out it really wasn't my heart, it was my mind that held me back because I didn't want to do it that way, or I didn't think that was the best way. And so sometimes it's so maybe I'm not making total sense here, but that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's that kind of thing versus we're just strong in certain areas and they're strong in certain areas. That's kind of the textbook answer I think most people say about partnerships. You know, you do what you're good at, we'll do what we do. But this is more than that. It's blended into relationships, fighting for people, working for people, being there for people, and learning how to do that better than I think either one of us was doing it in the beginning. Does that make sense? Totally.
So I'm gonna awkwardly then flip this back to me and I can interview myself. I would say just real quick and wrapping up. Yeah, I mean, like Jim said, a lot of learning from Common Thread and the folks within the community pushing us forward, seeing some of the things that they're. I can honestly say this, like the things that people are willing to do for others, the things that they're willing to give up to fight for others, to welcome them in. It's convicting, and it's been cool to see. And just when you know, I don't even want to split hairs like this, but kind of like when they meet folks and are helping and working, are able to come to us and let's think through this issue together, or push through here, or we've got somebody and we're able to work together to help provide those healthy options Taylor was talking about. It's been pretty incredible to see. And I don't think if Jim hadn't gone on that pursuit of the perfect cup of espresso, I don't know where we'd be right now. And so it's really been awesome, and everything we've been putting out lately on the 110 journey with the 4 initiatives, they're a big part of. Probably, honestly, looking back on it, I didn't do the best job. Like, we didn't do the best job of probably expressing that from the beginning. And so it's more than just Haven. It's in the safe house, folks from Common Thread are stepping in to walk with the people that are waiting on recovery at the compound. Anytime we put on any type of anything there, it's Urban Purpose and Common Thread coming together to love people and to make them feel welcomed. And the jobs program, obviously Taproot, Tabitha's Hands are part of Common Thread, and so this whole thing is wrapped up together. And we appreciate you guys' support, paying attention to it, and would ask you to continue to pray about giving towards the 110 journey. We're still pushing forward, but have a long way to go. And so you can go to urbanpurpose.org/110 and check out the 4 initiatives and anything you could be willing to give. $25, $50, $100, anything. It helps move that needle towards that end goal that helps us continue to work together for all these things that we're passionate about here in the city. So that's it on my end. Y'all got anything you want to say, add?
No.
We'll kind of sign out here.
We'll probably add the link to under the Facebook Live post.
Yeah, for sure. You can go back and do that. And then, Jim, you going to say bye to everybody? See ya. All right, we're signing off for today. Keep paying attention. A lot of cool stuff on Haven out this week, and so check that out. See ya.